Dr. Fauci said on CNN that it's too risky for kids to have their mask mandates removed. And this is a lie. I just want to be straightforward and transparent with all of you. The data does not reflect what Dr. Fauci said. That is a lie. And that is a lie because it is clear, and it is as clear as day could be, that if you look at the data shows that masks have made no impact in schools. There's data all over the country about this. LA versus Orange County if you live in California. And by the way, props to all the California kids who are beginning protest and walking out of school in protest over still having to wear masks. I'd encourage kids all over the country to fight that same battle and walk out of your classrooms, organize with your friends in school, and walk out because there's no way to justify masks. They don't in any way impact COVID. The data is clear. Where I live, Nashville, I went to school, public school, K through 12 in Nashville public schools, and they have a mask mandate. Just south of town, if you know the Nashville area, in Franklin Brentwood, where I live now, my own kids in 5th grade and in 1st grade public schools don't have a mask mandate. They haven't worn masks all year. There is over 6 months of data now comparing the rate of COVID infection inside of Williamson County schools where there is no mask mandate and inside of Davidson County where there is a mask mandate for kids. Do you know what's happened? There has been virtually no difference. Actually, Williamson County with no mask mandate, a little bit lower rate of COVID infection than Davidson County. Essentially, no difference at all. Look at Virginia, where Glenn Youngkin has been elected as the governor and immediately ended the statewide school mask mandate. And what happened? Cases among kids ages 0 to 19 have fallen by 71% in the state of Virginia since Glenn Youngkin ended the mask mandate there. As I mentioned, Los Angeles versus Orange County, virtually no difference. Just happened in Charlotte, North Carolina. One of the health directors in Charlotte, North Carolina said that Mecklenburg County, which is where Charlotte is located, saw no difference in COVID rate despite a mask mandate compared with all the surrounding counties that did not have mask mandates. So when Dr. Fauci says it's too risky to take masks off kids, that's a lie. It's not a scientific statement. It is a political statement. He is making the argument in favor of masks because he wants to support teachers union members who are continuing to argue that kids need to have to wear masks, even though the science and the data doesn't support it at all. It's a lie, okay? That's what it is. Dr. Fauci is lying to you. There should be consequences for someone like him who has claimed to be sharing the science and has been shown time after time to actually be lying. Will there be consequences? I think the only way that's going to happen is if Republicans take back control of the Senate and take back control of the House. And my prediction for you, and I've been saying this for over a year now, my prediction for you is that everyone who advocated for mask wearing in schools in the years ahead is going to pretend they always knew that it did not work. But what I want you to do is remember who was looking at the actual data, at the actual science, and was showing up every single day, even though people out there were castigating us like crazy and making the argument that there was no basis whatsoever to be arguing in favor of mask mandates. That is the truth, okay? So this argument by Fauci, it's a lie. It should be labeled misinformation because all of the data reflects that he's lying. Same thing is true of the CDC director, Rochelle Walensky, who continues to advocate for masks in schools. There's zero data to support that matters at all. Kids out there in schools, parents, continue the fight because we're going to win this. And some people say, Clay, why do you care? It's because masking represents a full fruition of COVID normalcy, the idea that the pandemic is never ending, right? The front lines of that battle are kids wearing masks in school, because once we end that, then normalcy really does start to prevail, and we can stop acting like insane, fear-laden imbeciles, all right? I want to give credit, by the way, state of Texas for standing up and suing over the mask mandate on airlines. The state of Texas is suing the Biden administration, arguing that there is no justification at this point for any mask mandate on airlines. I agree with them. The state of Texas is right. I hope other states will join them in this lawsuit so that we can also go to battle over whether you have to wear a mask on an airplane. I'm flying down to Florida on Sunday. Going to be at Mar-a-Lago with President Trump and others live on the radio show Tuesday. And I got to tell you, there is no basis whatsoever in factual reality for why you should have to wear a mask at an airplane. You know, the only place I have to wear a mask anywhere in the state of Tennessee or in the city of Nashville is the airport. Makes no sense. Literally the only place. None of my kids wear masks at school. The only place that is required that any member of the Travis family essentially wear a mask is at the airport. It's illogical. It makes no sense. And I give credit to everyone inside of the state of Texas who has decided to sue over this issue.